All right, you're welcome. This is the voice of Joseph Amani. All right, I'll be showing you how to design this amazing flyer. All right, it's something very easy to go by, and let's get started. So let's come to the Pixellab application. When we get here, the first thing we want to do is to change the size. All right, you need to come to this area, that's the background area, and change the image size. So let's do that. So the size for this image is 736 to 920. Please make sure you always size what you want to do and frame the canvas to a specific width and to a specific height. That's what we call the aspect ratio. All right, very important. So let's do that. Now let's change the color of the background. I would want to use black. All right, now let's delete this text. So delete the text. All right, so let me bring in the things that we'll be making use of. So the first thing is our background. So let's bring it in. Let's go in and bring that. So our background, where is it? All right, so here. All right, so this is our background. So the next thing for us to do is to crop it. We can crop it to this area, and that's it. So for your background, let's increase the size so that it fills the entire space. So let's increase the size, relative size. So let's keep increasing, and I think this is okay. So you come to relative position to centralize it. All right, so we are done with this. This is all right. So let's bring in our elements, our graphical elements. All right, let's bring in the image. Let's bring in our image first of all. All right, so let's crop it. Let's crop it this way and crop it this way and crop it this way. So this is the image of our celebrant, right? So this is it. Let's position it right here. All right, let's lock the background. That's good. Haven't locked the background. I would love to bring in the design itself so that it will aid the speed of design. So here's the design. It's going to aid the speed of our design. I don't want this video to be long, so I have to bring this here, and let's position it here. All right, so let's bring this to front, and I haven't brought it to that extent. Let's increase our image size. Let's increase our image size, and let's also increase this. Let's take it to 100 to fill up the entire space. So let's do that. All right. So let's increase this, and okay. Just follow me. Let's increase it to an extent, and that's it. So let's increase it to that level. Just follow me. Let's increase it to that level and bring it down a bit. All right, take it down a bit. Remember, we are trying to replicate what we have here, what we've designed already. So that's it. All right, let me lock that image. Let me lock it. So lock it. So having locked it, let's bring in the next item. So let's bring in the next item. Let's bring in our butterflies. All right. Let's bring in our butterflies. Let's lock it and make it invincible for now. Let's bring in the next item from gallery. So let's bring in a flower. So let's also make it invincible for now. We'll make use of that later. So let's bring in the next one from gallery. Okay, I believe you're following me. Let's bring this in. Okay, let's also make it invincible for now. So we'll be making use of that later. But before that, let's do something. Let me copy this. Then I haven't copied this. Let me make this a little bit small, right? Okay, so that we can see what we are doing. Then for this other one, let me lock that one for now. All right, so let's go ahead. So this effect, down effect, let's do something to cover it. So let's create a shape. And when we have created this shape, let's come to the color. We'll come to gradient. Let us pick this particular one. All right, but now we need to work on it. So let's work on it. So you pick this exact point, make sure you tap on it, then you now tap on this one, tap on this. What we are going to do is to actually move this down here and okay it, then okay it. So you can see it has changed. So we are going to increase it, increase it, then bring it right here. But this is not the color we want. We need to change it to white. So now we'll take it from gradient to color, then choose black. No, let me take that again. All right, let's do it again. So we pick up our shape and we go to gradient. All right, from gradient we tap on this, then we tap on this like I showed us earlier, then we move this down here, then we okay it and we okay it. So we have something like this, but the color we need is black, not white. So let's make this color black. So let's come to this place and make it black. So okay, I'm talking about this. Let's change it to black. So we tap on this and we make it black. All right, then you okay it, then okay it. So this is what we want. So let's increase it. Let's increase it from the left to the right, so that, yeah, good. Then we bring it down here, good. Then we okay it. So we copy it again, we bring it down here so that it can actually cover for what we need. We copy again, we bring it down here. Yeah, I believe you can see the reason we are doing this is to cover the edges for the image, to cover the edges. Yes, let's add one more to it. Copy, and yes, so we have been able to achieve this. So we have successfully covered what we want to cover. Yeah, so that's okay. So now let's do the next thing. I would want us to start adding the images, the text rather. So I already have the text written somewhere. Let me quickly pick it from that place. All right, from my notepad. So this is it. So from my notepad, so we can pick it directly from here. So let's start with the first image at the top, which is happy birthday to you. So let's come here, tap on text, then you put the happy birthday. You can actually type it out. All right, I just had to do that to make it fast so that the video don't take too long. So happy birthday to you. So let's bring it here. Now we need to change the font. All right, the font I made use of here is Montserrat. So let's change the font. So let's change it to Montserrat Bold. Montserrat Bold. Okay, now watch what I'm about to do. Very important. Okay, I need to space this thing. You tap on this. It's called spacing, letter spacing. Increase it to the very end. All right, then okay it. Then come to the size. You know it's big, so let's reduce the size. So let's reduce it to about 16. All right, so we okay that. Then let's change the color to black. All right, black, make it black, really black. All right, so it's black already. So that's it. Let's centralize it and let's bring it down. I believe you're following me. So and so and so. So let's leave it there. Of course, let's lock it. In fact, let's lock the other elements. Let's lock them all. All right. So the next thing is let's bring in this Sarah. Let's bring in Sarah. All right, let me bring it to front so that I can view it properly. So let's try and put in these texts. So I'll go and pick my text. All right. I'll change it to Sarah. Sarah. Let's copy that, Sarah. Okay. So let's bring in the text. Double tap the text and let's put in Sarah there. Okay, let's do that again. That went off. All right, Sarah. So okay, that's now we need to change the font, right? The font for Sarah, as we can see there, is a different one. So let's change the font. All right, so the name of the font is Autograph. So let's come to font. So my font, you tap Autograph, so it's gonna show. So this is it. It's called Autograph, like autograph like this. So that is it. This is Autograph. So we select it and okay it. So let's increase Sarah now. We need to increase the size of Sarah. Let's go to the size, right, and increase it. So let's increase that to something like this. So let's centralize it and bring it downwards a bit. Okay, let's centralize it. I believe you're following me. So that is that. Let's reduce it a little bit. Let's reduce it a little bit. Okay, let's centralize it. Let's move it up a bit. Alright, this is okay. So having done that, let's lock it there. So let's lock Sarah. So let's bring in the next thing. Right, the next thing there is talking about wishing you happy birthday. Enjoy your day because you deserve it. So let's bring that in. Enjoy your day because you deserve it. So that's the text we're going to bring in. Now copy that and let's come in here, bring in our text. Right, double tap and just paste it and okay it. So this is it, but let's change the font. We'll reduce it, expand it this way, then let's bring in the font, change the font rather. So let's go to the font area. Please follow the steps I'm taking, very important. This is very easy to do. All right, so the font is actually Montserrat, right? It's Montserrat medium. So let's go for that and let's stretch it. I believe you saw what I did. Tap on that and stretch it. So this is it. And yeah, we'll reduce it, but before we reduce it, let's do something to the line spacing. Let's reduce it a bit to about 2. I think that's okay. So let's reduce the size now. So talking about the size, let's reduce and reduce. All right, let's move it down there. So let's position it. So this is it. All right, reduce. So let's move it to that extent. Okay. Let's move it a bit and bring it down a little. Okay, so this is it. So let me work on the line spacing a bit. So talking about the spacing, let's take it to 1. Let's take it to, okay. Let's leave it at 0 and let's stretch it. Good. And this is okay. Let's do something about the line spacing as well. So let's increase it a bit. 1, 2. I think it's okay at 1. So this is it. So this is it, and I think we should reduce it a little bit. Let's reduce the size a little bit. No, okay. Talking about size. All right, 10, 9. Let's take it back. Let's take it back. I think it's okay this way. Let's move it a little bit. All right. think it's okay this way. Um, Boom, increase it a bit. I think I'll need to increase Sarah a little bit as well. So let me increase Sarah a little bit. So let me leave Sarah at this level. Okay. Okay. All right. So let me increase my Sarah, the size of my Sarah to this. Okay. And centralize it. So let it be centralized, and let me position this also. Okay. Think this is okay. So for the line spacing, let's reduce it a bit and a little more. Alright, let's leave it this way. Alright, this is okay. So let's move to the next item. So the next thing we'll need to do is to work on this Sarah. You can see that yellow. So let's lock it first. Lock. And let's add that color variant. So it's the gradient. So I have it here already. So all you need to do is tap on any of the gradients, and okay, take for example, you have the black and white. All you just need to do is press on this plus icon, tap on this and change this to yellow. All right, tap on it. Let me show you something. You can use this to pick a type of yellow in your design. All right, so you can just come to this and move it around. I believe you can see something changing here as I'm moving. If I come to this green, it's changing to green. So you can pick in the colors in your graphical elements. That makes it really beautiful, and that really makes it blend to the environment. So let me pick this one, this yellow, and I okay it, and I okay it. I believe you can see. I believe you saw that. So that's how it works. That's how it works. So let's move to the next thing. Let's bring in the next item now. So let's make this color the red, the green, and the yellow. So you tap on this and tap on shapes. So all you just need to do is, after tapping on shapes, you begin to work on it this way and just create a kind of shape like this. I think, yeah, this is okay. Then do the radius, and let's see. All right, yeah, this is okay. So all we need to do now is to reduce the size. By coming here, then tap on relative size. Just keep reducing. Yeah, you keep reducing. So that is it. So let's reduce one more time to 14. I think 14 is okay. So let's bring that to where we need it. So let's bring it down quickly. Let's move it down. All right, let's move it down and position it well. You can make use of your rulers. All right, this is what we call grid. So you tap on this. After tapping on it, you can just tap on this as well. All right, once you tap on it, you pick one of these and bring it to this place. You can use this to identify where you position your items. So that is it. I think we should reduce this to this level. Okay, this is okay. Let me reduce that a little further. I think this is okay. So let me position it using the grid. Please take note of what I'm doing. I actually brought this grid here so that it can align with the text. That text starting with wishing you a happy birthday. So that was what I did there. Right. So I can let's move to the next thing. Just tap on this and the grid goes off. So let me bring the next one. So I'll tap on this, then give it its color first. So the color is what? Red. So it's already showing red, but let me pick the kind of red that I want. So I can just work on this. Just follow me. And I think I would love this type of red. So this is something I would love. Okay, so that is the red there. So let's copy it. We copy. We see that there. Let's quickly move it down. You can quickly move it down by using things like this, and you can see that, and then quickly move it down. Move it, move it, move it, move it. Just make sure it aligns. Right. Then you move to the other side. You move to the other side. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So that is it. Make sure it aligns. Make sure it aligns. Yes, it's aligned right now. So let's bring the other one. Copy. And let's bring it downwards. Right. Let's bring it downwards. Now you need to increase this so that it becomes fast. All right, make sure it aligns. Make sure it aligns. Make sure it aligns. So let's move it, move it, move it. Is it aligned? Not yet. So let's bring it a little bit downwards. Yes, it's aligned already. So look at the gap in between them. Make sure the gaps are actually correct and aligned. So let's make sure that's the case. Let's increase this a bit. 1, 2, good. So this is okay. This is okay. All right. So that's it. So that's that. So the next thing for us to do right here is to, I think I would need to increase my text. Let me increase this. Okay. Let me increase it a little bit. So let me come to size and boom. No, let me leave it at 11, 12. Let me leave it at 11. Okay. Let me leave it there. Let me see my line spacing once again. Alright, let me leave the line spacing at 2. At 0 rather. So let's leave it this way. Okay. it seemed to me that this is a bit, they are a bit, let me work on them. Let me tap on these first. Alright, let me just pick them directly from here and work on them. Let me reduce this a bit. Alright, that's okay. So let me delete these ones quickly. Delete them. Alright. I just want to position it so that everything is well positioned. Alright, this is okay. So let me copy. I have to bring them back again. Right, let's move it. Let's move it. Let's move it. Let's move it. Okay. Let's move it. And let's make sure it's aligned. Let's make sure it's aligned. Alright. I'm just taking it this way so that we understand it. Okay. Let's make sure it's aligned. Let's make sure it's aligned. Copy. Let me bring that down. Alright, let's bring it down. Let's just make sure it's aligned. In any case, it should be aligned. Then let's move it. Move it, move it. Boom, boom, boom. I think this is okay. Let's bring this close to it. Is it aligned? Not yet. Even this is not aligned yet. So let me bring it down a bit. Alright, it's okay now. So let me bring this down too. Okay, that's okay. But let me reduce the space in between a little. 1 and 2. Alright, this is okay. So let's change the color. The middle one should be green. So the middle one should be green. Let's pick green. Let's pick green. So how do we pick it? Like I said the other time, from a graphical element you can pick it. Okay, let me make this show so that I can pick the green on it. So let me go there now. So I can pick the green from this place. Alright, I can just pick the green like I did the other time. That's okay. Then let me work on it a little and a little further. So this is okay. So the next one is yellow. We already have our yellow, so let's pick that quickly. This yellow is okay. So let me make it a bit lighter. So come here and make it a bit lighter. Alright, just move it around, make it a bit lighter. And that is our yellow there. So let's move to the next scene. That's to lock them up. Lock, lock, and lock. And lock. Okay. Let's bring in our images. So let's bring this in and position it. So let's bring it to front. To front, and let's position it rightly. So let's position it correctly. And yeah, this is okay. But then we need to make it big. It needs to be a bit big. Yes. position it rightly. So let's position that correctly. Right. I think we still need to make it a bit big. Alright, let's position it correctly. Relative size. Let's move it a bit and move it a bit. I think 60 is okay. 61 is okay. So let's move it around. So let's move this towards this area and move it a little bit down. Alright, this is okay. Yeah, so this is okay. But let's do something to it a bit. Let's bring it out a little. Okay. Let's just make it bigger. 62 and 62, yeah. Then take it here a little, here a little, here a little. And this is okay. Alright, let's lock that. Lock. Now let's bring in the next item. That's this other part of it. But before we bring that, let's work on the flower. Alright, let's move to this place. Let's start with this 3D shape. Alright, we can actually work out something here. Or let's leave that. Let's come to rotate. Let's rotate it. Let's rotate it. Nope, not this one. 3D rotate, yeah, 3D. So in this our y-axis, let's increase it. Let's do some work there. So let's rotate it a little bit. Let's leave it at 8%, 8 degrees. Then let's go to opacity. So let's reduce the opacity a bit to, like, let's say 80. Okay, let's leave the opacity at 80. Then let's come to color filters. Let's increase the saturation a bit to 5. Let's increase the brightness to 8. Alright, this is okay. So let's move to the next one. Let's bring that item in. That's our, this is the other one. Let's make it visible now. So it's something that we kept here since. Always bring it to front. Okay, so let's reduce it. So always rotate it. You go to rotate. You can actually use your hand, but then you can come here, just move it like this or like this. So I want it at angle 180 degrees, minus 180 degrees. So let me just play around it. Let me play around it. You can see something we need to put around here. So let me reduce the size a bit and bring it here. Bring it there. Let me rotate a little bit. So you can see, just rotate. Then apart from rotating, you reposition it, position it well. Okay, you can see that. So let's increase the size a bit. Okay, that's okay. Now let's position it a little further. bring it out a little. Bring it out a little. Yeah, just take it down a little. So this is it. This is okay. So we've been able to do that. Let's work on it a little bit. So let's come to 3D shapes. Let's enable it. And let's just increase the depths to like 16. Then we OK it. Then let's come to 3D rotate. Let's increase it a little bit to like 15 or thereabouts. So that's okay. Then talking about opacity, we can work on it a bit. Let's just leave it at, let's say 95. Alright, so this is it. So we can leave it this way. Haven't done that. The next thing we need to add is our, that's 25th July and the butterfly. Alright, let me add the butterfly first. So let's pick the butterfly. So this is our butterfly. You crop it a little, you OK it. So let's place our butterfly. So we'll reduce and drag it down here. So let's reduce that a little. Reduce. Right. We reduce that and let's position it well. Make sure you position it correctly, just the way it is in the main design, right? So let's reduce the size a little bit. Let's reduce the size. Alright, I think this is okay, 22. Let's leave the size at 22 and let's position it correctly. Alright, let's resize it. Alright, so let's position it. Okay. Let's just try to have something perfect. Alright, this is it. This is all we'll be doing with the butterfly. But let's work on it. So also let's come to the 3D shape. And let's move the depth to like this 15. Then we come to the rotate. We can rotate it a little bit. Let's just put it to 2 degrees. Then for the opacity, let's reduce it a little bit. Let's reduce it a little bit. Let's just put it at 90. Alright, so we are done. Let's lock that quickly. Let's lock that quickly. Lock. Alright, so we've locked that in. Sorry the video is taking really long, but this is what we have to quickly do. This is what we have to do. So let's do the last thing there. So for us to do that, we need, first of all, we need to bring in the shape. Alright, shapes. So you create something that looks like a triangle, like this. I mean a rectangle. So you do something like this. You do a rectangle like this, and this is okay. Now let's come to the radius. So let's work on the radius. So radius at 10. Let's check that out. Let's increase the radius a little further. Let's check it at 15. Alright, this is okay. So let's position it now. Let's position it. Let's position it. Alright, let me reduce the size a bit. Relative size. Okay. Right, let's leave it the way it was. So let's leave it this way. Right. Let's move it down a bit. So now having done this, we need to change the color. So what's our color? Yellow. So let's pick yellow, but not just yellow. This looked a little bit deep, so let's make it a bit deep. Move it down here, and that's okay. But then we could also pick directly. Okay, let's look for it and pick it. Let's come to this one that we designed. We can just come and pick the yellow, the variant of yellow we used. Just position it there. Alright, that's it. And pick it and okay it. So that's okay. I don't want the video to be long. We can just walk around this. So the next thing to do is to copy it. You know the one inside it is black. So tap on copy. Bring it close by. Then come to relative size. Relative size. Reduce it. Then change the color to black. Alright. Reduce, then change the color to black. We have our black here already. And position it at the center. So just try to position it at the center. So okay, let's reduce that a bit. Let's reduce it a bit. Let's take it to 14 and let's position it properly at the center. Let's position that properly. All right. So that is that. So that is that. So the next thing is to add the text, which is 25th of July. Let's add the text, which is 25th of July. So let's come to text. Then we quickly add 25th. We put that down. Let's move it down. Alright, let's move it in here. Alright, and change the font. But before I change the font, let's also bring July. So let's copy and bring that down. So we double tap and July. Okay, haven't done that. Let's change the font. So let's come to font. This is font. The font will be making use of Montserrat regular for that, and for the other one we'll be making use of Montserrat as well. We'll be making use of Montserrat bold. So let's quickly arrange the spacing. Let's pace it down to -6. So haven't done that. Let's reduce. Alright, so the next thing we are going to do here is to reduce the size to 39. Alright, let's reduce it. Let's just reduce. Okay, let's just fit in what works for us. Okay, this is okay. So let's reduce. Let's position it. Alright, let's bring it downwards. I think that's okay. For our July, let's reduce and let's position it as well. Okay. Just make sure the thing is centralized. Very important. Make sure it's centralized. Very, very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. So let me increase this a bit. And also let me increase that a little further. 25th should move up a little. So the reason I'm doing this is I just want it to be centralized. Everything should be centralized. That's another principle of design. Alright, there should be balance. Alright, so this is okay. This is okay. So let's lock them up. Lock, lock, lock. So ladies and gentlemen, we've been able to do something. We've been able to replicate that design. And let me lock everything. So we've been able to replicate that design. So this is it. But before we go further, let me work on the background. So tap on this. This is the background. Let's do something quickly on the background. Let's move here. And since the background is selected, let's do something on it. Let's come here and tap on 3D shapes, enable that, and move it to 18. Let's move it to 18. Then let's just move directly to opacity. opacity. Let's reduce the opacity a bit. Let's reduce it a bit. So what we are doing when we actually first touch the 3D shapes and then opacity and coming back to 3D rotate, let's increase the 3D rotate a bit. Let's say to like 8. What we are trying to achieve is to make the background a little bit blurred. Or let's leave this out. So let's move back to opacity. Okay, the opacity is 60%, that's okay. Then we can just come to this filter, color filter. Alright, coming to this color filter, we can increase the saturation by 3, or let me reduce it a little bit. Yeah, let's leave it at -2. Then the brightness, we can increase the brightness to 3. I think this is okay. So we are done. Make sure once you're done, you always save your project as image. So we are saving this as PNG, right? PNG, then custom. The dimension should always be ultra. Now let's save to gallery. So we are rendering the image now. So sorry, this video took a long time, but we just had to do so because we needed to get the most important things. So let's render the image. So let's wait for that. All right, the image is already saving. So now it has been saved. So let's quickly rush to the Lightroom application. So having done that, we quickly move to the Lightroom application and we go directly to Pixellab and pick the image. Just follow me. Pick the image and come to presets. Tap on presets and come to vivid. Pick vivid and okay it. So at this point, you tap on these 3 dots and save a copy. So it saves directly. So that is it. You'll find it in your gallery. So that is all. So this is what I want us to replicate.